Sunny days. Everybody loves them. What's up, y'all? It's your main man, Will.
Testicle 1 2. Testicle 1 2. Jordy checking in.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Showtime in the building.
Now you supposed to say Showtime. And then I say, Showtime who? And then you say,
Showtime in the building.
You don't know how to play knock knock, bro.
Play nigga knock.
And you are now tuned into the I'ma Let You Finish podcast, a collection of 3 blessed, black, and highly favored young men discussing favorite topics, the word on the street, and every now and then, our top 5. Now let's get into the podcast.
What's up, Will? What's up, Will? How you doing? How you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. Just, been trying to live, really. Been trying to live, man.
That's crazy that you said that, because what I'm about to say has nothing to do with that. So, did y'all boys see that Usher stuff going down on Twitter?
I didn't.
No, they was talking about Usher. Did you see it, Will?
I did not.
Nah, I gotta let y'all know this. I gotta put y'all boys on. You know, I keep my ears to the streets. So listen.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to D, my bees. Oh. So yeah, dog, they was doing a Usher versus Chris Brown versus. They were saying who will win out of Usher and Chris Brown if they did like a versus battle. So, in y'all two opinion, who y'all think will win?
That's so hard.
Okay, wait. Are we going off of purely like songs, or are we going off of we feel like vocal ability?
Songs, hits.
Shoot, I love Usher. Right, that's the thing, because I really want to say Usher, but I really feel like it's Chris Brown.
It's Usher. Come on, man.
I got it. I'm just
hits alone.
Give me that in the back.
You say give me that. I'd say Confessions.
I say Chris Brown, man. Chris Brown come out with like 15 hits a year.
No, he don't. What are you talking about?
When was the last time Usher had a hit?
Okay, he's older. He's been around long enough. Usher was having hits in 1992 when Chris Brown was barely born. So what does that even mean?
True, but I'm just saying, like I feel like Chris Brown got way more bangers. Even though and that's taking nothing from Usher. It's like almost neck and neck. Like it's like final finish. It's like last second finish.
It's not a blowout. Don't disrespect that man like that.
Let me tell you. I'm to pull up Usher. Let me tell you how much of a blowout it is. Did any of you young fellas watch the NBA Finals when it was Golden State with KD versus LeBron and Kyle Korver?
Yes.
That's the kind of blowout I'm talking about.
Are you serious?
Like a manslaughter. Like
it's not a blowout though. That's the thing. You're trying to make it like it's a blowout, but it's not. Like that is a really evenly matched like duo. Like
that's like Game 7 finals. Like who finna hit the last shot?
It's not Game 7.
No. That's Game 7. That is Game 7.
You remind me. You got Confessions. You remind me. You got Burn. You got Nice and Slow. It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
I'm in
my drop top,
cruising the streets. Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. Chris Brown ain't even got one of those. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
He do got one of them. He got 2012, Take You Down, Wet the Bed. It don't even matter.
All right, then.
So, yeah, I guess we're just getting to our topics for today. What we're talking about today, I think is you guys are really going to like it. It's going to be a really good discussion, a really good dialogue. And it kind of relates to what we talked about, in the first episode on when we talk about kind of like social media, like the implementation of social media has kind of like changed how we, think about a lot of things. So like what we're talking about today kind of has something to do with that, like our first little topic today. So it has to deal with why do we compare ourselves to others so much, and then we get depressed because we're not the same at the same pace as others or somebody else. So basically, like competition issues. What y'all think about that?
Yeah. What do you think, Jed? You want me to go?
I'll start.
Okay.
I don't know why people line themselves up with the next person, because everybody's path is different, of course. setting yourself up against somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Like you're in a race or whatever. When it comes to like life goals, I feel like it's impossible just because our lives are so different. I'm weak right now. I'm weak. But yeah, that's my that's my starter. That's my starter.
Yeah, she's opening dialogue.
Yeah, that's my starter.
You know what I'm saying? Did you ever have you ever been on a debate team?
No.
Yeah, I was on a debate team when I first got the NSU. That was the first club I joined. Shout out to the debate team, and it kind of taught me the art of debating.
You seriously would join the debate team?
On my mama, boy, on everything. I joined. That was the very first club I joined.
How'd you do?
I was straight. I was honestly pretty good. I just got too busy with that was the first club I joined. I got the NSU. Then I started doing KNWD, and I started doing NSU News. Then I started doing Alpha, and after I started doing so much, I couldn't never get back to it. But I did for like one full semester. I went to like 3 different tournaments.
You have a lot on your slate.
So yeah,
it's weird.
What I was gonna say, that's your opening statement. That's what we do on the debate team. It's like 3 phases.
Okay. And
you do your opening, then you come in with your meat in the middle, then you drop that bomb on them at the end.
I got a bomb.
You got that bomb?
I hope I do.
So yeah, dog. So Willoughby, about what you said about the competition issues as far as comparing your life to others. How I feel about that is like people. I feel like it's not right. Me, like I feel like people fall like in trance with trying to compete with other people in different phases of their life. So somebody can see somebody that graduated high school. Let's say you graduated high school in 2015 and somebody else graduated in 2015. They go off and graduate from college in 2.5, 3 years. You take 5 years. You depressed because it took you 5 years. Then you get your degree. But I had seen once a guy, a motivational speaker named Eric Thomas. It took him 12 years to get his degree. And now he's one of the biggest motivational speakers in the world, like top 5, top 2, probably number 1 at this point. And he said it took him 12 years. And he said when he got his degree, it didn't have no date at the bottom. It didn't say he started on this date and he ended on this date. It just says I got my degree. And sometimes I feel like people want to. I ain't gonna say it's nothing wrong with trying to finish college early, but sometimes I feel like people try to compete with other people instead of just trying to live their own life and go at their own pace. They trying to compete with someone to live up to their standards of success instead of making your own standards of success and living up to what you believe what successful is. And there's nothing wrong with having competition because me, I like competition at the end of the day. I don't like when stuff is easy. I like to have like a little bit of competition within stuff that I do in everyday life. But I'm not going to compare my life to someone else's because what they went through in their life is completely different from what I'm going through in my life. So for me to try to compare my life to their life and keep up with them, then like you said, people get depressed if they not at a certain point that they chose to be at. Like if they be some people, I seen some craziness. Like I'm not gonna say this crazy, but I literally seen people be talking about by 25, I want to be married with 2 kids and have my career job, and I'd be like, dog,
cap.
What?
Cap.
Yeah, you'd be like,
cap.
What?
Huge cap, big cap,
dog,
blue cap, like, red cap, gray cap, green cap. God, dog, that's wild.
Big cap. And I just be like, no, why are you putting them? Like, it's nothing wrong with expectations, nothing wrong with goals. It's nothing wrong with anything like that. But I feel like people do that just to satisfy the public, and it's like, why are you trying to satisfy the public when the only person that you should be worrying about is yourself and your own happiness? You put all that pressure on yourself, then when you don't get it, you all depressed, you all sad, you saying life is too hard, yada yada yada. When you put that on yourself, and you trying to put at the end of the day, you trying to live up to other people's expectations for you instead of going out and setting your own expectations for yourself. And I like I said, I've seen people say that literally when I was an undergrad. People say that by the time I'm 25, I'm yeah. Then when they get 25, they realize it's not as sweet as they thought it was going to be. Or when they get close to 25, they start putting out disclaimers talking about, when I'm 25, I'm actually not going to be married. I'm still trying to find myself. I'm still working on myself. And they be like, dang, yeah, now you see. Now you see it ain't sweet like you thought it was going to be. When you was 20, 21, that sounded good. Like, yeah, but once you get 23, 24, Then 25, you be like, oh yeah, it's not as what I thought it was gonna be. So let me readjust. One of my favorite things to say is readjust your aim. Like you aim for something, you probably miss. Now it's time to cock it back up, readjust that thing, and aim again, and try to get it right that second time. But yeah, well, that's just what I had to say about it.
Yeah, most definitely. I think even going back to what I said last episode, y'all listen to episode 3. It's got a lot of gems in it. Going back to what I said was I basically said that you're in life, you're not racing against anybody but yourself. And I really had to learn this the hard way. I went to Northwestern State University in Natchitoches, Louisiana. That is actually the college that we all attended. And it was a thing to where I would see people graduate early, or I'd see people graduate before me. And it would honestly make my stomach hurt, because I just honestly felt like my life wasn't going as good as theirs. I just felt like when it came to graduating, I just needed to do it perfectly in 4 years. And then with my degree, I couldn't really do that. And because of other decisions I made, I couldn't do that as well. So it's just, I think just in life, we have this whole, there's a perception that we have to be as good as the next person, and that's definitely not even the case. And I think with the implementation of social media, that's another big thing that makes us just feel like we see somebody else with something, and we may have went to like high school with this person, or we went to middle school with this person, or we may have even grown up with this person, and we just feel like our life should be at the same trajectory as theirs should be, you know? So it's like, well, I mean, I grew up with them. Some people came out the same household, and they feel like, oh, well, I mean, we came out the same household. That's my brother. That's my sister. I should be at the same trajectory as them. But we know that like two people aren't alike just because they're related. And honestly, this is a bad thing, but I feel like some parents actually force this as well. Like a lot of family members, a lot of friends, they kind of force the idea that, oh, well, your brother did this, or your friend is doing this, or this person is doing this. Why aren't you doing it? So I think there's a thing that we need to really get better on that, because, you know, aunties, uncles, moms, dads, whatever, friends, cousins, however you want to say it, they always saying, you know, well, what you doing now? Your brother was doing this, or your friend was doing this. So I think just in general, comparing ourselves it's not the way to live.
Facts. Big facts. I like both of y'all think pieces. That was nice. That was really nice. It's crazy. I went to high school. Well, when I was in high school, it was this couple. I'm not gonna say who they are, but everybody knew that they were gonna make it. They were gonna be that couple that, you know, was in high school, got out of high school, went to college, got out of college, and got married. And it's crazy they did that. And it has become a beautiful thing. Shout out to them. If y'all know who y'all are, shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are a beautiful couple. And I pray for your success.
I feel like I know.
You think so?
Oh, God.
Maybe so. I don't know. I don't think you do.
I'm a psychic. What? I told you this before.
Okay, after this, we're going to talk about it. But I would have been crazy to put myself next to them and say, well, since they did it, I want to do it as well. It's not my time, bro. I thought I was going to be out of college by now. Psych. Life threw curveballs. So I agree.
They be throwing them.
You know what's crazy? Throw one, you like, bro, that one, like, that mug was really crazy. I'm finna go ahead and I'm finna go in this direction. Boom, hit you with another one. And I'm talking about, you will be psyched. You will be psyched.
You be
like, why the hell he keep throwing them? Like, like why he keep throwing
another
them?
One.
It's
another one.
like it's like they just once you get out of one storm, here come another one. But you know, hey, God bless us. So
for sure.
The storm is almost over. Know that.
And I think that's a very important thing that you said, is that like things just happen to us that we literally can't foresee. Matt said that. Like you may think that that, you know, you finna have this by 25 or this by 30, or be married and have your successful life. But that's not always the case. You could be, things can happen, your life can derail, and you just never know exactly what happened. You feel me?
On everything.
Facts.
Yeah, on everything. It's like, especially just to speak on what you said, where it kind of, I meant to mention it, and for you to say it, it kind of rung a bell in my head to bring it back. It's like, as far as you saying, we let our parents sometimes put pressure on us, or our family members put pressure on us. I feel like that was something really deep for you to say, because I feel like that happens a lot. And I seen, I remember like how Jordan said he didn't graduate when he hadn't graduated when he expected to graduate. And same for me, I graduated, I think like a semester after I expected to graduate. And once my uncle was just like, he said, so you're not graduating this semester? I said, nah. And he said, so when you go graduate? And I was just like, when I graduate. I was like, whenever I get there, I'll let you know. But
man,
you gonna get that
you'll get
alert,
the invitation. I'm telling you, you'll know when you'll know. When you get the invitation, you get the invitation.
Oh, everything. Crazy, like you're not about to sit here and make me feel bad because I ain't graduated when you thought I should. I'm about to be like, nah, I'm gonna get there. When I get there, you'll know. Until then, I'm not tripping on nothing you talking about.
Exactly. And I mean, let's even go further. What Jordan said was a really good point. A lot of the times, people may be single, or they may be even in a relationship like themselves, and they compare themselves in the relationship or the singleness that they have within themselves. They feel, oh man, my homegirl, she got a nice dude. They doing this, they doing that. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me that I cannot have that for myself? Like, I'm single, like I'm capable. I think I'm prettier than her, honestly. So I like what is it with me that I can't get, but she can get or he can get, or I think that's the wrong way to think, because it's just like it puts your worth on other people. It compares your worth to other people. Your worth stands alone in itself, and that should be built by yourself. Whether it goes up or down, it should be built by yourself within yourself. So when you start to compare it, that means you start to build your worth off of other people. And that's definitely not the way to build your worth. Like, your worth is within yourself, and it's not it's not related to anybody. It's not cousins with anybody. It's brother. No, your worth is your worth alone, and your life is your life alone. You got to live it, and at the end of the day, you got to stick with it. You only got one life. You got to live it.
My motivational thing to say today, and I got this out of a book. I don't want y'all to think I came up with this, because I didn't. Came out of Relationship Goals by Michael Todd. Go buy that mug because it's fire. But he said this: enjoy your singleness, because that is your season to work on yourself, so you can be ready to get with that person that you're supposed to.
Amen.
Hey,
y'all boys coming with
shout out to the real. Shout out to the real. Crazy.
And it's just to go ahead and say my last on this, because I know we got more to get into. It's like, people, just to add on what you just said, Jordan, and what Willoughby been saying about people just living up to their own expectations. It's all about returning you to yourself. And it's like when you let go of people you are painfully seeking approval from or love from, you return to yourself. It's like you return your happiness to yourself. You return what feels truer to you and what brings you happiness. You are reminded that life does not always have to feel bad, that you not always have to feel like you're not enough, that you want for yourself and your future goes beyond a single person regard of you. You notice the energy that starts to shift and flow, and it moves through you fluently, and you pay attention to all those things, and you just return everything that you put out for expectation on everybody else. That returns to you, and you your own expectations, you your own self, you showing your own self-love for what you do, and you're not looking for love from anyone else. It's all on you, putting it all back on you, and it gives you power.
That's powerful right there. Honestly, it really is. And I think, other than looking for like outward sources of like how we compare ourselves, to other people, I think it's really important to ask the question, like, why are we insecure in the first place? Just like, why do y'all think we're insecure in the first place? Why do you think that insecurity issues within men, within women, even exist? Like, do you think there's like a foundation to that, or like y'all just think it's a thing that just kind of happens?
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. You say something and then Will say something and it make me want to say something else. I know we have to move on. So I'm gonna keep. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep my think piece to myself. But just know,
drop it on this.
Man, say your piece, please. Say your piece.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Go ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say. But look, it's all good. Just know,
talk long enough till it come back to you.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Well, while you were talking, I had like a lot to say. I don't remember it, but just know I had a lot to say, and it was he.
So you want me to go? Or you good?
I'm good. Do your thing.
Like I said, talk long enough until it come back to you. Sometimes you be in a conversation and you forget what you about to say. Just keep talking, and eventually that sucker go circle around right back to your thought. And you gonna be like, oh yeah, I meant to tell you this.
On everything. What?
Dog, it's funny. I know we're talking about insecurity issues, and I'm gonna drop on what I feel about that. But I got a cousin, and I laugh about it all the time because how I said talking about myself until you remember what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, he was somebody that always made everything about him. You'll come to him and be like, man, it's crazy, dog. I really had a bad day today. Like, I kind of did bad on the test I took today, and I just really need something to shake back. I gotta really study. He'll come to me like, let me tell you something, little cuz. Life gonna throw curveballs at you, but when you got size like me, you knock it out the park. And when you knock it out the park, you celebrate like I would. And how I celebrate, I have a drink. So you want to drink, little cuz?
You said you from the hood, right?
Yeah.
That sound like some hood shit, nigga.
Oh, everything.
He got size like
you didn't get none. You even get a little bit of your question answered. To be honest, like your problem was still up in the air. Like
exactly. Well, that's my point. Like I sit there and I just be like, me. I'm like 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, on my freshman year in college, and I'm sitting there like, okay, let's do that. I'm thinking like, okay, I don't know if that helped me or not, but I'm with all that. Let's go.
Everything. You said it, so let's mess with it, bro.
But yeah, dog, just to talk about what you said about insecurity issues. Dog, insecurity is a strong thing. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, insecurity issues is a strong thing. Like, it causes effect on people more than what people want to believe or want to admit about it. Because, man, just to speak on my personal experience. So, boom, we doing this podcast, and like, I had been trying to do a podcast for a minute. Like, no lie, for a minute. I just happened to come across, I've been knew Jordan and Will. Like I said, I came across them. I came across them with the idea of doing a podcast. And we just all was for it. And we didn't even think twice about it. We just all just hopped on it and did it. But like, all before this, I used to always think about, I want to do a podcast. And I never did it. And sometimes I used to talk myself out of it because I'd be like, I used to be like insecure about it. Like, what if people don't mess with it? Or what if people don't like it? And what if, like, all kind of stuff. And I see a lot of people do that. And I got to the point where it's like, dog, if people don't mess with it, or if they do mess with it, at this point, I don't even care. Like, if you do, cool. If you don't, even cooler. Like, it don't even matter at this point. It's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do to make myself happy, and I'm not gonna worry about anything outside of that. And like being insecure in yourself can cause you to, because I feel like I'm confident in a lot of stuff, and sometimes I'm overconfident in stuff. So sometimes I need people to bring me down. But in other areas, I'm not confident in it. Stuff as far as like curating stuff sometimes, and that comes in with insecurity. But I feel like when you get to the point where you just only care about your own feelings and what you think about what you do, I feel like you become really, like, seriously, I'm saying this, but I'm being honest, you become invincible. It's like you become like, can't nobody tell you anything as far as to bring you up or down, because you believe in yourself so much that no matter what, I'm not gonna say it's not good to hear good things from people, but to hear something bad, it's not gonna tear you down. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? So you can hear something bad and you can take it with a grain of salt and be like, all right, cool. I appreciate you for telling me that, and I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt, and I'm gonna take that in. If it's sincere and you really trying to give me advice, cool. But if you just hating, that's even cooler. It don't even matter. But when you do what you want to do and people show you love, that makes you feel better. Outside of insecurities, because that's just something good. But that's not, for people to show you love, that's not gonna make or break you either. I'm saying for me, that's not gonna make or break me either, because I'm secure in myself to believe that regardless if people show me love or not, I'm just gonna do me. And I would say, if they rock with you, they go rock with you. If they don't, they don't. At the end of the day, you rocking with yourself. That's all that matters.
Bro, and this has to do with our previous conversation.
Yeah.
Literally in this life, it's only you versus you. Like, I don't need anybody. I've actually had the same issue, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to get something started, but I was like, are people going to mess with this? Is this really going to be something that could, pop? You know what I'm saying? Just really getting insecure about my own creativity. And I just had to realize, like, hey, bro, I like it. If you don't like it, cool. If you do like it, cool. You know what I'm saying? It literally doesn't matter. Insecurity is a...
No, we better let you go. I just have one quick quote to say about what you just said.
Go ahead.
I know I disown Kanye. Shout out to I know I disown Kanye. A lot of people hit me up kind of like surprised that I disown Ye. Yeah, it's true. Till further notice, we're going to put that on ice. But yeah, it's one of the quotes that he said, and they always stuck with me. And Will, you probably heard it. It's when he was on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne was giving him a hard time about Yeezus. He was like, man, Yeezus is trash as hell. Like, that's a trash album. Like, Ye, what were you thinking? Like, you're a musical genius. You put out classic after classic after classic, and for you to come out and put Yeezus out, like, dude, that's trash. And Kanye was pretty much like, he said, if you like it, cool. If you don't, fast forward. And that's something that always stuck with me with anything I do. Like, if you like it, cool. If you don't, move on.
It's so funny because I was sitting here like waiting for Jordan to actually say, like, because he was leading up, he was actually saying a quote like word for word, and then he stopped at fast forward. I was like, if you don't like it, fast forward. I was waiting for it. I was like, oh, he could have said, oh, and he didn't say it. But I mean, hey.
It's crazy because I don't know what y'all talking about.
It's when you said it, it popped in my head. I wasn't even thinking about it. When you said it, I was like, Kanye said that same thing. He said, if you like it, cool. If you don't, fast forward.
That's why I need to go ahead and get my plan started, because apparently I'm speaking like niggas just above me. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let me stop saying I don't know, because after that I actually do know. I graduated in psychology, and just kind of like studying psychology and kind of learn about yourself and having a lot of like introspection. What I mean by introspection is kind of like sitting with yourself and actually like thinking about what are your traits, how those affect people, and basically like how your inward feelings, your inward emotions kind of affect the outside world. I think that's a thing that people should really do. And I think that is something that could really help with insecurity in different ways. But I mean, I think insecurity just starts. It starts in different ways. I'll say it starts at home, and that's why I said the thing about parents before. Your first foundation of any relationship that you ever have is with your parents. So all those parents out there that are listening to us, recognize that your children will build any relationships that they have from this point on. From the relationship that they had with you. So most definitely, like some dysmorphia that people have, like feeling like they're not good enough about a lot of things. Sometimes those do come from home. Those do stem from like the house that you came from, the childhood that you grew up in. People telling you that you were not enough. People telling you that you were something physically. Even to this day, like I still hold like some, I guess feelings about, my weight and everything, just because when I grew up, people always call me like a fat kid and this like that. And so like as a grown man with a little bit of weight on me, I really take that throughout my life, to be honest. And not gonna lie, affects some of the way I think about myself, the self-image that I have about myself, when it comes to maybe like dating or like, just how I think I look in clothes and just things like that. I think sometimes it's not always on the people who are insecure. It's not always that we are outward. It's just the fact that so much was like put into us as we were children, that we carry that as baggage throughout kind of our whole life. And I don't know. I think insecurity mostly comes from fear, and just kind of like maybe fear about the future, or like maybe just fears that we have from the past. Like traumatic events could really keep us from doing a lot of stuff. Like y'all saying, I don't want to start a certain project. I don't want to start like this business I got. I don't want to start a podcast. I don't want to start a hobby that I have because something has not worked for me in the past of this magnitude. So I feel like honestly, it's going to be the same thing. And you may not consciously actually think about that, but honestly, it'll be in the forefront. It'll be in the forefront of your mind when you try to start it. And I mean, a lot of people think it may come with confidence, but it's not always that. Like I'll say the most people that I know to be like narcissists, they're the people that are actually the most insecure people. Like you may think like narcissists are like people that are like, confident. Even your cousin that was always talking about himself, I'm pretty sure he's insecure in certain ways. Everybody kind of is. So I think it's just being introspective and just kind of thinking about like how you operate within yourself. Understand that, like me and Jordan said, you're not racing against anybody. It's just kind of what you do in yourself, what you like about yourself, what you don't like about yourself, and how you want to go through life in the future.
Dog.
What you got to say, dog?
This is so stupid, son. But I literally hate the word narcissistic.
Why though?
That is so complicated, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, narcissistic.
Kanye narcissistic.
See,
narcissist.
Kevin Hart is another one. Not trying to bash them, like they black man, great man, and we respect them because they have pinnacles in their life that we trying to aspire to get to. So, right. But that's what they are though.
Narcissist.
Dog, just to add on to what you said at the end, another insecure thing that people deal with is physical appearance that I noticed. Yeah, like that's something big too, as far as how you look and stuff. And like that can be tough though, like to deal with that. Like sometimes you need someone to tell you that you're beautiful. And I just wanna let all the beautiful women out there to let y'all know that y'all are beautiful in your own right, in your own way. Don't let no one bring you down, because what they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, so, and all my fellas out there, shout out to y'all. Do y'all thing. Now I'm just
nah, for real though. Nah, you gotta say it, man. You gotta say it. Hey, yo, men out there.
I'm about to say it.
I'm comfortable with my sexuality, man. Hey, men out there, y'all are handsome, man. Y'all carry yourself well. It don't matter, man. Whatever nobody tell you, you gotta be handsome in your own right, man. Yeah.
Will, why you took it from us?
I was just joking. Will, I was gonna say it. You make it seem like I'm the way you put it is I'm not comfortable in my own sexuality. Like I'm comfortable with my sexuality, so I'm gonna say it. Like you made it seem like I'm not. Like
you know what? I didn't give you the chance to even go there. I just kind of cut in because I felt that's where you was going. You know how they say, assume and make an ass out of you and me. So,
bro, like all my fellas out there, y'all handsome, do y'all thing, man. Stay strong. Don't put your validation in a woman telling you that you're a handsome young man, old man, baby man. It don't matter.
So what is a baby man? What is a baby man?
The baby. That's a baby man. But yeah, dog, like this dude crazy. But yeah, dog, like y'all all are beautiful people out there, dog, and I know insecurity issues can really have a toll on people's physical appearance, and I deal with that in my own life. Like I know sometimes people think I may have it easy, and they be like, oh yeah, you got this look, you got that look, you ain't got to worry about that. But nah, I feel like everybody in their life at one point, I'm not gonna say everybody, but I know a lot of people in my own personal life that have dealt with insecurity issues when it comes to physical appearance. And sometimes I look at people and they be dealing with insecurity issues when it comes to physical appearance, and I'm like, man, you're a real deal like stunning. Like I just don't understand it, but I just know there's something deeper and something they got to deal with, and they on their own. It can easily be said from somebody on the outside, but sometimes people just need to hear that from somebody else to let them know that they really are beautiful, stunning, handsome, and all that. And don't let someone telling you that you're not bring you down because like you were created by God, and God didn't make a mistake with you. I promise.
Come on, everything beautifully and wonderfully made, bro.
Yeah, everybody. I think that's an important thing to realize that everybody don't see the same thing in the mirror. So you may be like, oh my God, you are beautiful, you're handsome, this and that. But some people don't see the same person that you see when they look in the mirror. And I think that's there was this thing I saw on Instagram that says like the perception you have like about yourself is always going to be like worlds different or like completely different from the way that people see you. Like the perception that you have about yourself only exists within your mind, and everybody else's is going to be like based on their relationship with you or experiences they have with you.
That's deep. Like that was really, really deep.
Yeah,
It really is. And coming to kind of like these fears that we have, and like kind of being insecure with a lot of things that we do in life, I'm really happy to see on social media there's a lot of like pushing for starting businesses, starting like going after your goals. Like I like when I see on people's social media stories that they're really pushing people to believe what they need to believe in. Start their goals now and just kind of really be good with yourself and, start what you need to start. Don't wait and, whatever you got to do. So that kind of brings us to our one of our last discussion questions is like, why do we put like limits on our goals? Like, why is that a thing that we do? And when we do put limits on our goals, we then quit if we don't reach them to where we thought we were going to go. So yeah, why do y'all think we do that exactly?
Put like limits on our goals.
I have some kind of things on why I think it is, but why do y'all think that?
Personally, it's actually some goals in my life that I've put a time limit on and I didn't reach it. But once I didn't reach it, I understood like, I mean, I feel like it's fair and sometimes necessary to put a time limit on your goals. You know what I'm saying? You want to achieve something in this amount of time, then you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything you put your mind to. But, I wasn't able to achieve that goal in this amount of time. So really, I just went back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? And like Matt said earlier, kind of re-aimed my I'm gonna just use a gun.
It's a gun. I'm
gonna say bow. I'm gonna say bow because I want to be different.
Go ahead.
Re-aim my bow at the target. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't a bullseye that time. I was trying to put it on the dot.
There you go.
Cut. Go ahead. Do what you do.
There you go. He said he's trying to hit a bullseye, huh?
Bullseye.
On everything. I feel like I'll be trying to hit a bunny, and that sucker be moving in 100 miles per hour, and I'll be like, ooh, be still. And that sucker be moving, man. God dang. On everything. God dang, man.
Dude, your analogy was so much better than mine, sir. And I'm pissed.
But man, on everything. But yeah, we're just to talk about pretty much goals and people setting goals. And it's the thing that we're talking about is not setting goals because you want to set goals in life. Like I have a 5-year plan. I have a 1 month plan. I have a weekly plan. I have a daily plan. That's stuff I want to do. So it's nothing wrong with setting goals. It's just that when you don't reach it at a certain time, giving up on it. It's what I see people do. And there's nothing wrong with realizing that goal that you set for yourself is not for you, but to just give up on it just because you didn't reach it. Like the saying you want to be married by 25, have kids, and have your career job. Or saying you want to graduate in 3 years, and since you didn't graduate in 3 years, you drop out. Stuff like that. Like saying you wanna be like me. My thing is sports. So saying you want to be the next Stephen A. by the time you're 35, and if you're 35, you don't have, you just feel like forget it. There's nothing wrong with that. One thing that made me think of this was I had a professor at NSU. Cannot think of his name, and I apologize for not thinking his name. But he was he was my English professor my second year. My first year English semester and my first year semester at NSU, my English professor, he was cool. And my second semester English professor was cool. So both of them, shout out to both of them. When I remember their names, I'm going to shout them out next episode. But he said he gave us a story one time where he was talking about like how people during the California gold rush, they were rushing to California. If you don't know about this, rushing to the West Coast. Let's say going to the West Coast because they were digging for gold, right? He said they were digging. Everybody was trying to find gold because people found gold on the West Coast. So everybody was rushing after to get gold, the California gold rush. He told a story of two guys that went there and dug for gold day in and day out. Day in and day out, every single day. They literally woke up, dug for gold, went to sleep, woke up again, dug for gold, went to sleep. Every day for the longest of time. Never found gold. And it's gonna sound sad, but just listen to me. Both those guys never found gold. They did it for like years. Never found gold. They end up passing away as broke men. Crazy, right?
Sucks.
Another man and his friend did the exact same thing, found gold, and their story is considered a success. And they worked just as hard. They woke up every day and dug just the same amount, nothing different. They did the exact same thing. But one of them found gold and one of them didn't. And their stories are told completely different. One of them is told that's a success story. You see what happened when you work hard and you try and you give everything you got, you get your success. You found the gold. But the other one is told as why are you so stupid? Why would you dig for gold for so long? Like that doesn't make any sense. At some point you should have gave up. Yada yada yada. And it's like a lot of times success is told by winning. Like winning, sometimes winning, a lot of times, I'm not going to say sometimes, a lot of times winning is told by success. So like if and I'm not trying to bash local rapper or up-and-coming rappers, like if you're a rapper and you're grinding it out just to make it more modern, if you're a rapper and you're grinding it out, trying to be a rapper, you practicing beats, practicing rhymes, practicing all that, trying to make it, putting out mixtapes, doing shows, and you blow, people go look back on that and be like, see, he worked hard, he tried, he put in the work. He was a grinder. But you can have the exact same local rapper do that exact same thing and be just as talented as him, not make it, and people go look at him and look down on him, talking about, why would you try to rap for so long? Like, at some point, you need to get a job. At some point, you need to give it up. At some point, that's not for you. So a lot of times, success tells the story of someone's story. Like, if you're successful with it, they look back at everything you went through. They look at it as like an honorable, like a badge of honor. Like, yeah, he did that and he earned it. But if you don't succeed, they look at it as down on you. Like, dog, like you really did that for so long and didn't give up. What's wrong with you? And that brings me to goals. Like a lot of times, people set goals out there and they don't get them. Then they may quit on it. Then somebody may look at them and be like, why would you try for so long? And sometimes you just gotta keep pushing, regardless of what people say. And try to and do your best to reach your goals, and maybe not the goal. That maybe not the goal out that's for your life, but at least you tried, and at least you didn't give up, and at least you didn't let outside sources. To bring us back to the first topic we brought up, you didn't let outside sources stop you from reaching your goal. And the story about that my professor told us, it is in a book and it is an actual story, but I don't know it. But next episode, tune in, and I will have that story for you. But yeah, Will, that's really what I got to say about that. Like a lot of times success tells someone's story, even if it's glamorous or not. Like if you don't succeed, people don't want to hear your story. They don't want to hear your backstory. But if you do succeed, they want to hear that, how you struggled and worked hard for it, and stuff like that.
For sure.
That was deep.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's crazy though.
That's wow.
It's crazy. Like honestly, like
because really in stories, like we're taught, like these are the losers and these were the winners, but the losers were working just as hard as the winners.
Just as hard.
So like,
they worked just as hard. They had just as amount of talent. The winner just got. And I seen one time a celebrity once said was like he said like we tell people to chase their dreams, follow their dreams, yada yada yada, but we never mention that we got lucky. Like we got lucky. Like it's a lot of people out there in our position that work just as hard as us, that don't make it and they don't get lucky. But we got lucky, and we gotta let people know that we honestly we got lucky. We worked hard, we put the work in, we grinded, but we had people within our life path that put us in positions that we had a good opportunity, we had a good break here and there that put us in this position. And I'm not telling people to give up on their goals. I'm just saying, if you know you work hard and you know you put that grind in and you know you're really out here trying, don't let you not succeed in your goal put a damper on your whole life like you're a loser. Because you're not, if you know you put your effort in and you know you grinded it out and you know you didn't short quit yourself, then you're not a loser in my eyes. You're a winner. Like, and it brings me back to the story of Jalen Rose. He always say that in like an NBA, like I said, I'm the sports guy. Like an NBA player make it, and if he not as good as people expect him to be, people are quick to call him a bust or he's sorry. And Jalen Rose would be like, dog, he not a bust. He put that work in. He made it to the NBA. He got his family out the hood. That's not a bust in my eyes. I don't care if he don't score a point in the next 10 years in the NBA. He's a millionaire. He got his family out the hood. He grinded to get to the NBA, and he made it. Once you make it to the NBA and you make that money, you're no longer a bust in my eyes, because it's millions of people that try to get to your exact same position that didn't make it. So who am I to call you a bust when you did exactly what you said out to go? You didn't end up being LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul, but you made it to what you wanted to do. And it's no way I can call you a bust if you did that.
Damn.
Crazy.
You got me want to take my glasses off. God, dog. But that just made me think. Shoot. That's yeah.
That's really real, because it's like we put limits on ourselves, I think, because like we live kind of like a microwave. We live in a microwave like society, like a microwave like we want everything fast, and it's like some of the time limits that we even put on our goals may not even be acceptable time limits. It's like, you know, you want to start a business, you want to be successful, and you want to do that. You say that you want to do that in 5 years. That may not be an acceptable goal, but just because you saw your homeboy do it, going back to, you know, when we're comparing our life, you saw your homeboy do it in 2, and, you know, you're like, well, if I don't do it in 2, then I'm stupid. Like, it's the point that Matt said. Like, if I put in a certain amount of work, or I put in more work and don't succeed just like the other man did, you know, I'm stupid for doing it for so long, or it wasn't right for me to keep doing it so long because I didn't get any success out of it. And some people just want to put in the minimal amount of work, and they want their goal, but they want to put in the minimal amount of work or the minimal amount of time, and, you know, think they're going to get something good out of it. And that's not always the case. You know, I love the quote that says, everybody want to be successful, nobody want to put the work in. And that's really the truth. Some people put a time limit on a goal that is not adequate for the goal that they want, you know? Like, if it's a goal that you really want, set a time limit that actually makes sense. You know, if it's something that you really want, don't shortchange yourself, and don't short sell yourself for it to be, you know, something shorter than that. And I like to come at this of an angle of like a procrastinator. Like, I like everybody to know, hi, my name is William, and I'm a chronic procrastinator. It's my
hello, William.
Yeah, I'm William, and I'm a chronic.
You in an AA meeting.
Emphasis on the chronic. So me being a procrastinator, like when deadlines happen, like I'm right on them deadlines. Like I'm like on the end. I'm doing the work on the right before, on the cusp of those deadlines. So I'm like I'm just hitting them.
We know.
So and
know.
They know. So but it's like
if you you know.
yeah, it is like I can get something, you know, due by a deadline if I hurry up and procrastinate right before the deadline. But I think in this world, it's like there's like 2 types of procrastination, honestly. Like the example like of a procrastination like right before a deadline, you know, you have a paper or something like that, you write it the night before, you get it in. That's one type of procrastination. And I think a lot of people, when they talk about procrastination, they think of that actually being the type of procrastination that they're talking about. They're like, well, I can't get this in before a deadline or whatever. But in life, honestly, we have a lot of people that procrastinate that wouldn't procrastinate on a deadline, but like I said, there's two types of procrastinators. You wouldn't procrastinate on a deadline, but in life, there's procrastinating on a deadline and procrastinating without a deadline. So there are things in life that just don't share a deadline. Things like you wanna quit your job and have a startup. You wanna move your family somewhere else. You wanna move to a different country. You wanna start a business. You wanna start singing. You wanna start rapping. You want to start a podcast. Like I said, anything that you want to start in this world, or it just may be something simple as I want to start exercising. I want to start reading more. Things like that just don't have a deadline. And I think sometimes when we're good at meeting deadlines or we're good at procrastinating for deadlines, things in our life can be kind of like hard to start on when and easy to procrastinate on when they don't exactly have a deadline, you know? So, getting yourself better, starting on a goal, and when you finally, start on that goal, you work at it for a little while, you feel cheapened because you didn't exactly reach it at the time you want. So, you feel like you have to quit. It's not always the case. Anything worth having is worth fighting for. It's worth putting the work in for it.
On everything.
Boy, you ended that perfectly. You
Yeah.
ended that beautifully, spectacular, fantabulous.
Anything that's worth having is going to take some work, and that's honest. That's real.
It's crazy because whether you know it or not, Will, I really needed to hear that, bro. Like real talk, and I appreciate you for saying that. Okay,
Dog, on everything,
like you really God sent for that. Like, thank you. I'm just letting you know from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for real.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say dog, this. I'm not joking. I want everybody out there to know I'm not joking. Look at my face. So yeah, Will.
Okay.
Like, have you ever thought about being a preacher or a deacon? Deacon Will?
I've thought about it, and honestly, that life I'm starting to actually get a look into that life because if you guys don't know, I am now living in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a missionary. So right now, I kind of work with the church and everything, but I really think it's a really hard thing to do just because there's a certain life you have to live, and I don't know if I'm ready to live that life, to be honest. It's really hard. It's really like seeing the life it really takes in order to like follow Christ like you need to, and actually like be right with God and actually like disciple people like you're supposed to and live the life you're supposed to. It is hard, man. It's not no joke. So yeah, I thought about it. I thought about going into it, but it's not as easy as it looks. Feel me?
No, hey, bro. Just to speak on that, because I read this the other day too in one of my other books that I'm reading. Shout out to books. You read, you get educated. But it said that Christ doesn't expect you to be perfect. He just wants you to be with him in the process.
Ooh.
I'm literally trying to put people on, bro. I'm just trying to put people on. What I learned, I want to share, especially when it comes to Christ, bro. No cap. Keep it going.
Hey.
Talk to me.
Hey, that was some fire.
Oh,
listen. No lie though, that was some fire because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like when I was born, my name is Matthew, of course. Full name is Matthew. My name is from the Bible, of course. My grandmother named me, right? And she said she spoke that on my life that I was gonna be a pastor one day. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't see it, and I still don't see it to this day. She told me that my grandma passed away when I was in 3rd grade, and to this day I still do not see that. But you saying that, they made me give me a different perspective on that because, like, not saying that I look at it as if I want to be perfect. If I look at myself like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna be a pastor, I got to be perfect. I'm not saying that, but I just don't like, you just feel something, and I just haven't felt that in my life yet. And I tell people all the time, I'll be like, maybe one day when I'm still fairly young now. Me in my eyes, I consider somebody young until they 40, 50 years old. I'll meet a 45-year-old and I'll be like, "What's up, young man? Or what's up, young lady?" Me, that's just how I am. But I know this younger generation, once you turn 22, you old.
Yep.
Y'all younger generation messed up. I can't rock with y'all. I'm not part of y'all generation. Y'all millenniums. I can't rock with y'all. Y'all be once somebody turn 23, you be like, ooh, get that dust off your birth certificate.
But I'll show you some dust, boy.
You be like, what? 23? 23?
Yeah.
Somebody could be 45, and I'd be like, how you doing, young man? That's just me, though, because I feel like I got an old soul. I feel like I'm 65. That's just another story for another day. But go ahead, Will. We're not going to talk about me being 65 years old, living in this crazy world. But go ahead, Will.
Yeah, like, I mean, a lot of people say millennials, but like the millennials actually stopped at like 1996 or something like that. So like, I'm a millennial. Matt is a millennial. I'm pretty sure. What, Jordan, you're a millennial too, right?
I guess so.
You was 1997.
Yeah, 1997. 97 babies
Yeah,
was
you Gen X then, I think. Gen X or Gen Z.
Okay, so
no.
You ain't with us.
Don't put me in that category.
Thank you for clarifying that, Will. I take that back. My generation. I'm part of that generation. I'm gonna take that back. You said Gen X, Will, or Gen Z?
Gen.
I think Jordan would be in Gen Z, but we're millennials. Like
Okay.
me and Matt are millennials.
Okay, so
millennials I think is from millennials are like from like 1981 to 1996.
Okay, so let me take that back. Gen X and Gen Z are the ones that be, once you turn 22, 23, they look at you like an old man. Like, I don't know what's over there. And the crazy thing about it, I'll meet someone from that generation, and when I meet them, they're like 21. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm older than them. And they be like, oh, you old. When they turn 20, and I know them throughout their life. So when they turn 24, 25, the age that I was at when they was calling me old, they'll be like, yeah, it's honestly not that old.
Of course.
And I'll be like, what? When you was 21 and I was 24, you were telling me I was old. But now that you're 24, you like, after doing some calculations and getting more in touch with my inner peace, I realized 24 actually is not pretty old. It's actually at the peak of your life, the prime of your life. And I'll be like,
Wow. That's really crazy.
Weezer.
Matt, I think you got something for us, don't you? I think you got something for us, right?
All right, look. I got something for y'all, and it's coming from my favorite actor in the world, and it's kind of at a peak time because he's been going through a bit of controversy. Yeah.
I would like to call it an entanglement.
An entanglement, quote unquote. No, man, you gonna make the man block us now. Dang, man. Come on.
Bad, son. My bad.
Man,
my bad,
so,
son.
Yeah, so if you now know it's Will Smith. So my top 5 this week. Will, you gotta hit us with the top 5. Go ahead, hit us with
Coldest Top PHive.
Yeah, I felt the soul and the nastiness of it. That was nice.
You said that's like you was at that Let the Good Times Roll festival. And you was on that stage trying to bring you some old thing home.
Yeah. To the hole in the wall. I'm part of the millennial.
So Will Smith is real deal. Like, I'm not even gonna say one of my favorite actors because he is. He's like somebody since I was in high school I looked up to, and like even though sports is my thing and I do my thing in sports as far as basketball, football, all sports, baseball. Shout out to Trent for putting me on baseball. All that. So, acting is something I still want to get in within my lifespan. And Willoughby, I know you're in acting and you're doing a wonderful job, and I see great things in your future as far as acting because you're really talented, young brother. You're a really talented young brother.
Thank you.
No problem, bro. I'm being dead serious too. Like you really are. You inspire me. So acting is still something I want to get into my life down the line. And Will Smith is somebody that I look up to, and somebody like I ain't gonna say look up to it like as like a complete role model, but somebody that I kind of like look at and be like, all right, cool. He's working hard. I want to work hard, and he's preaching this. I want to do the same thing. So what I'm gonna do today is drop my top 5 Will Smith movies. And Willoughby, I just want you to know you inspired me to do this because you inspired me. I said expire. You inspired me to do this. My bad. So because when I drop, if you follow me on social media at Matt Craig all day on all social media platforms, Matt Craig all day. So yeah, I dropped over the weekend. If you follow me, I dropped Wild Wild West clip, and I said Will Smith's best movie with a laughing emoji, and people was hitting me up talking about, "Are you sleep? That's not his best movie. That's like his worst movie." And I was just like, "Dog, it was a joke." But Willoughby actually hit me up and threw some movies at me that he thought was Will Smith's best movies on social media. So that made me think, like, that's kind of a controversial topic because Will Smith had a lot of great movies. So let me start out by dropping my Will Smith top 5 movies, my top 5. And I'm gonna let you know now that 5 spot, that sucker was hard. Like,
I believe you.
That's 5 spot. Like, I feel like my top 4 untouchable, but that 5 spot was tough. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? So boom, 5. I'm gonna put. I'm like I said, it's a rotating door, but this is the one I decided to stick with. It may be recent bias because I just watched this movie the other day on HBO Max. Shout out to HBO Max. But I'm going with Enemy of the State. Yeah. Y'all ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
Pretty good movie.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, Enemy of the State. I feel like I like that movie because it's showing Will in a more like serious role. Not saying he did a lot of serious roles, but that's showing him in a more serious role early on in his career. In Enemy of the State, I think that movie came out like he stopped doing Fresh Prince in '96, and I think Enemy of the State came out like in '98, if I ain't mistaken, like around that time. So yeah, so like I said, these next 4 spots, I feel like you can't dispute this. But I know Willoughby is because I know him, and I know Jordan will have something to say because he just likes having something to say. So number 4, I'm rocking with I Am Legend. Number 3. I'm rocking with The Pursuit of Happiness.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. And I feel like my number 2 spot go make some people mad. But you know what? Me, I'm true to my core. And my core sometimes is influenced by nostalgia. And I can admit that. Because my number 2 spot is gonna be Man in Black. Yes, Man in Black.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn. Man in Black. And then number 1 spot, I feel like number 1 is the undisputed number 1. Like I've been saying about my top 5, I feel like my number 1 spot is always undisputed because I feel like I cater to the people and I cater to myself. And this is my top 5, so I'm more catering to myself. My number 1 spot is going to be Ali, Muhammad Ali movie. I feel like you can't dispute that because the last time we did the top 5, you said Malcolm X was your number 1. And if you put Malcolm X number 1, how can you not put Muhammad Ali number 1? Let's talk about it.
Okay. I like how you targeted him. I like that.
I want him. I'm coming at you, Will.
Hey.
You put Malcolm X number 1 because its impact of the community. Well, what kind of impact did Muhammad Ali have on the community, Will?
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. We'll go.
All right, son. Settle down.
My bad. Let me drop y'all some movies that didn't make the cut. Oh, let me drop some movies that didn't make the cut, but I got that could have made the cut, especially number 5 spot. Number 5 spot, I want me Enemy of the State, but it's some ones that could have crept in there. So we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go off dump. I got the great movie Wild Wild West.
Okay, that's a good one.
We got Concussion. We got Bad Boys franchise. The Bad Boys. You say Bad Boys. I feel like Bad Boys 1 was the best one. Bad Boys 3 was also pretty good though. Collateral Beauty. That's one movie I like. It's not one of his biggest movies, but I liked it. Bright, that movie that got released on Netflix. I like that movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it. We got Shark Tales. We got iRobot. We got Independence Day. And that's pretty much, I think, in the Man in Black franchise. I feel like me mentioning Man in Black, that kind of includes Man in Black 2 and 3. What you feel about that, Will? Can that be accepted or no?
You know what? I actually like the logic that you went with Ali. I don't feel like it's his number 1 movie. And I'll say I don't think it's his number 1 movie. And I can say this because we're talking about Will Smith. I don't actually think it should be as high as it even is. It shouldn't be number one. I'll tell you 2 reasons why. You say
Well, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I forgot 2 movies, and I don't want people to come for me later. I'm sorry.
All right,
I'm just gonna mention these 2, and it's all you. Well, 3. The Disney movie, Aladdin, when he played genie. Yeah, Aladdin. One of his most recent movies. I still haven't seen it, so that's why I didn't include it on my list. But people out there may have seen it. Gemini Man, Hitch, Hancock, and Focus in 7 pounds. That's it. That's all I got, Will. It's on you.
Damn.
I should have actually not let you finish that list because honestly, that's where I was actually coming from, saying that you were tripping, not even acknowledging the heavy hitter of movies that you were that you didn't even touch the movies that you just said. So I mean, I let you say
you can't keep flipping, Will.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with Ali, your number one. I'm gonna pick apart that first.
Okay.
2 reasons. I have 2 reasons. So you say I inspired the list, and that was because you said Will Smith's best movie was what?
I said it was Wild Wild West, and I said it with a laughing emoji, thinking people would know that I was joking. But obviously, people didn't think that because multiple people hit me up talking about I was tripping. And I was just like, dog, it was a joke. But since y'all want to go there, I'm going to drop my top 5 Will Smith movies on y'all head.
All right, bet. Well, I guess you can debunk that. But I will say, just because this is a Will Smith list, I'll say I think as Will Smith and what Will Smith embodies as a character, or how he kind of like halves up his own personality plus the character that he would be into. I don't think Ali would embody that because it's kind of all Ali and none of him. He was Ali. I think he did an amazing job at it. It was uncanny. The impression that he did was uncanny. Not gonna lie, but as movies go for Ali, for Will Smith's best movies, I don't think like what is uniquely Will Smith, because Will Smith has a brand of movies that he kind of does, and it's a Will Smith movie.
Will, one thing, Will, an actor plays a movie to portray that person, not their original self. That's the point of acting.
No. I mean, I know that.
Body being Ali, that was the point of the movie. That means he did a good job of the movie. Why would you expect him to have characteristics of Will Smith within Ali?
Well, I mean, he can't help but to have characteristics of himself, even being an actor, because he is Will Smith. Okay.
So you say he's not a good actor?
That's not the point. That's not the point. All right. So
he's not a good actor?
But no, to be fair, Ali actually would be on my top 5 Will Smith because it was an amazing movie. I just don't think it should be number 1. Goes without saying.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I actually think that movies such as Focus, Pursuit of Happiness. I actually think. Personally, I think Pursuit of Happiness is actually his best movie. It portrayed so much emotion, and it really stretched his acting skills. So I really messed with that. I'm surprised Bad Boys wasn't on like your top 5. To be honest, like either of them.
The reason I didn't include Bad Boys, well, to me, number 1 was the best one in my opinion. Number 2 was good. Number 2 was more funny. I would say that. And number 3 was a good movie. It was a good movie, but I feel like Bad Boys 1 was the best one. And the reason I didn't include it, because I feel like Bad Boys didn't really touch on Will Smith's range of being an actor. I feel like he was just being like what you call it, like a bachelor. He was just a bachelor in the movie, pretty much. So it didn't touch on his range. Like Ali, I feel like Ali touched on the range of him portraying someone else and their characteristics as an actor. And in my other movies, I feel like he did the same thing. Like in what I got, Man in Black, I feel like he was doing something that was his range of being an actor, and especially in Pursuit of Happiness. That's why I included that one. I kind of fought with Pursuit of Happiness and Man in Black, kind of switching. I just like Man in Black more, so I ended up putting it 2. But in Pursuit of Happiness, he kind of touched on his range of being an actor, and to me, that's how I kind of judge actors on what else can they do other than just doing what they do? Like Kevin Hart, it's him in every movie. So what else can you do other than being you? Like we know
Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart in every movie.
Exactly. So we expect you to be you, but can you play a different role? Can you be a Viola Davis? Can you be a Leonardo DiCaprio? Those are greats. So you can't expect everybody to be great, but I don't want to see you play you in every movie that you're in. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, that's real. That's real. But I will say, like, I don't disagree wholly with your list, but I would have replaced some things. I would have added some things. And I think with Will Smith movies, they're all so amazingly good that it's really hard. It's more personal preference than it is saying, "Oh, this movie's terrible." We know his terrible movies, okay? Wild Wild West, Gemini Man. What is another terrible movie he had? Gemini Man was bad.
I never seen Gemini Man. I haven't seen it yet.
Please don't. Please don't.
It was bad like that.
You don't need to. You don't need to. Please don't. But yeah, no. I really want to highlight.
After Earth,
What'd you say?
After Earth with Jaden.
Oh, terrible. Yeah, no, terrible. That was a terrible movie. After Earth was horrible. He could have kept that. Like the one movie not the one movie, because he had a couple movies with his son. He had 3, I think, precise, because I think Jaden was in Men in Black and he was in Pursuit of Happiness. So I want to highlight this one movie, Hancock, because Hancock was an amazing movie. There's not too many superhero movies that really like original superhero movies that you're like, that's fire. Like it really balanced the superhero being a drunk superhero that didn't really care about anybody but himself. To go into somebody that like a real superhero, it really showed his flaws at the beginning. You know, most superheroes movies, they show how strong, how amazing, how vigilant a hero is, and then they break them down towards the middle. Hancock started with him sleeping on a bench. He was homeless out here.
I love it.
A homeless superhero. I loved it. So yeah, you gotta give homage to Hancock. Other movies like I, Robot. Yeah. I like I said, I don't disagree with your list, but with Will Smith, it's kind of hard because there's a lot of personal preference within there. You feel me?
Bet.
He doesn't have many bad movies. I don't disagree with your list. I would put Hancock in there. I probably would have moved I Am Legend up. Bad Boys. That would have been, you didn't even have that in your top 5. Yeah, that would have been in my top 5. Hitch, not one of his best movies.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't really think it's one of his best movies, but in my opinion, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was fire. It was fire. Like funny, educational, all that. And it shows the process of love. So that would have been in my top 5 as well.
The process of love.
Man, you could really sing. You be out here talking like you need to make you a mix. You know, actually, one day we gonna film all of us, and we just gonna have you sing, man. We just gonna have you sing, all right?
I'm you know what? I'm gonna do that. So
no, you're not.
Sure, because like you talking about I'm singing, and you said if you had the gift that I had, then you'd be doing that thing. But you do have the gift that I have, and more, to be honest.
I'm glad.
Will.
Yeah, yes sir.
Will.
Yes, sir. Hey, let that man speak.
He's not preaching. He's lying to you, son.
My boy preaching right now. Will.
Son, who, dude?
Well,
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. My bad. Go ahead.
Will, keep preaching, young brother. Pastor Will, Deacon Will. Yes sir. Will. Yes sir.
Don't throw me in that water like that. You're gonna have lightning strike me, bro. Nope.
Go ahead and hit him, brother.
Yes, sir. Will. My boy preaching right now.
Go ahead, pray.
So listen. So we got something we about to introduce to y'all. We got something we about to drop on y'all. And we are going to call it, for my Shreveport people, soon as the beat drop, I'ma kill it.
Ooh. Well, I know, certain people who listening, you gonna say it, they gonna finish that mug.
They gonna finish that second part. As soon as the beat drop, I'ma kill it.
Do it, stick it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So we go drop it on y'all.
Soon as the beat drop, I'ma kill it. Do it, stick it.
Yeah, so soon as the beat drop, I'ma kill it. That's the segment. Like you wondering, that's it? Yes, that's it. Soon as the beat drop, I'ma kill it. And what this segment is gonna be is at the end of each month, I am gonna review the songs that came out within that month. So we're talking about people that killed the beat within that month.
Okay.
Rap, sing, all that. We taking everything in consideration. So I'm not gonna give you everybody that dropped something this month. If you got something you dropped this month, you feel like it was heat and I missed out on it, send it to me. Send it to our IG page. Or send it to me. It don't matter. Send it to Jordy. Send it to Will. You can send it to us. It'll make it. And if we listen to it and we feel like that should have made the cut, we go drop that on the next podcast. So yeah. So if you feel like we're missing out on you, but right now I'm about to touch on some rappers that I know dropped some heat this week and they killed the beat. So yeah, off dump, we got an RIP Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke dropped the album this month, and from everywhere I heard, it was smoke. How you feel? You felt like it was smoke, JordyGee?
Yeah, I like a lot of his. I liked a lot of it, and actually, he did a 50 Cent Mini Man.
Yeah,
he did like a song on his album.
Mini Man.
Yeah, it was a nice little.
Mini Man.
Yeah, that mother. Yeah.
Wish death on me. Alright, we ain't getting that. Alright, look. So yeah. Pop Smoke. We gonna make this quick, y'all. This is not a long segment at all. So we're gonna make this real quick. So yeah, Pop Smoke dropped the album. A J. Cole. And okay, let me touch on this real fast. I'm gonna hop right back into it. Me personally, it takes me a while to process an album. So I'm speaking for me personally. If an album drops and you listen to it within that first day, and for you to call it trash, I can't do that. I can't listen to an album in 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks and say it's trash. I got to give an album time to process. I got to give it time to marinate. I can listen to an album in a week and be like, okay, that's smoke. Like, this is around the year anniversary of Cardi. He dropped his album. And I really didn't listen to Cardi like that. But when he dropped his album, I listened to it. And as soon as I listened to it, I was just like, oh yeah, he owned something. He just earned him a fan because it's smoke. And Chance the Rapper dropped him an album this time last year too. And when I listened to it, I was just like, this is not the classic I was expecting. But let it marinate for a month or a couple weeks before I decide it's not the classic I wanted. And after like a while, I decided it's not the classic I was expecting from Chance. So sometimes you can listen to an album and you can be off dump. You can be like, okay, yeah, this smoke. But in my opinion, I can't listen to an album in a day or a week. I see somebody drop an album, like Drake may drop an album, and people go on Twitter in that same hour and be like, oh, it's trash. And I'd be like, dog, how you know it's trash in an hour? Like, how you know it's trash in 30 minutes? Like, how? Like, you didn't sit on it? You didn't listen to it while you riding in your car? You didn't listen to it while you playing your game? You didn't listen to it on just a chill day where you just chilling, grilling or something? You didn't even do none of that? You just listen to it quickly, and for you to say it's trash, to me, that's kind of discrediting people in a craft. Like, how can you do that?
Listening to an album in your car versus listening to it on your phone,
different.
The difference is very significant.
Different.
So I'm gonna just leave that there.
Promise you, he's not lying. Like, listen to it in your car. I'm telling you, I listen to it like a Drake or J. Cole album. And I'll probably listen to it a couple of times, and I just be driving sometimes, and I may hear a verse that I haven't heard before, and I'll be like, dang, I never heard that verse before. Hey, we run that, John. And you be like, eating that. So yeah, let's hop right back into it. I know Willie be getting upset because we talking a lot. So let's hop right back into it so we can get over with this. Pop Smoke dropped the album. It was smoke. Flo Milli, she dropped the album. She's a young up-and-coming rapper. She's like 20 years old. She's very young. She's from Alabama. She dropped the album. From everything I heard, it was a decent album. It was a good debut album, right?
Yeah.
It was a good debut album. She still got to make some hits, but she's coming. She's coming. Shout out to her. Gunna dropped the album. Heard it was smoke. So I'm only mentioning albums that I dropped and I heard was pretty good. If you don't make the cut, it's probably because I didn't hear it was smoke. I'm sorry. next time maybe. My boy, he didn't drop an album, but he dropped 2 songs. J. Cole, Cold World. Shout out to him. He dropped 2 songs, and from Twitter's reaction, they loved it. So shout out to J. Cole. Me personally, I thought the 2 songs were okay. That's just me. I'm sorry. I'm a J. Cole fan. I've been a J. Cole fan before he dropped his first album. And me personally, I thought the 2 songs were I didn't think they were bad. I thought they were okay, but I think they was world breaking. I feel like he's gonna come with some more smoke. That's just my opinion on the 2 songs. But Twitter said they loved it and they was giving it praise. So boom. Kevin Gates dropped the song. It was cool. It was like Kevin Gates. He talked about the his sex tape dropping and all that. He talked about all that. So if you want to hear about him, his reason behind his sex tape, he kind of mentioned it within that song. Okay, so that's it on the new songs. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, Gunna, Logic. He dropped the album. Taylor Swift. Shout out to Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir. Taylor Swift dropped the album, and Lupe Fiasco dropped the album. Shout out to Lupe. And that's going to be it on soon as the Beat Drop Imma Kill. Those are people that dropped album this week, and I felt like killed it. One thing I just want to add on to that to look forward to. Oh, Drake dropped a freestyle also, so I feel like it was a good freestyle. It's Drake-ish. I mean, it's Drake-ish. Commercial. It's Drake-ish. So
okay.
you know, if you know, you know.
You're gonna get hate because of that.
I mean, it's Drake-ish though.
I know, but that's
Drake dropped heat, but Drake he's Drake is a commercial rapper to me.
Who?
Drake. He's a commercial rapper to me.
What does it mean to be commercial in your eyes?
Okay, commercial. Okay, commercial to me is somebody that plays to the ratings or the charts. So they're putting out music that they know is gonna play well with the audience, so they can climb the charts. That's me. Somebody that can play across a multitude of audiences. So the more audience that it appeals to, they'll get more love for it, and they can climb the charts. That's a commercial rapper to me. Not saying Drake is I kind of am saying Drake is a commercial rapper.
If you saying that, because I mean I understand Drake is one of my favorite rappers, honestly.
Yeah.
And Tootsie Slide was that was a commercial song.
That was commercial as hell.
Exactly.
He dropped it specifically for a commercial reason.
Exactly. And that's all I'm saying. Not saying Drake don't put out some bangers, because I was listening to his last couple of songs he put out I think right around Tootsie Roll, Chicago Freestyle.
Tootsie Slide, nigga.
Tootsie Slide. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To this day, I haven't listened to that whole song because I knew it was something he put out just for ratings. I was just like, I'm not about to waste my time. I'm not about to give him no views on that because I know what he's doing. So I'm not about to give him that. But like Chicago Freestyle, that was smoke.
Smoke.
That was smoke. So Drake has his songs that he's put out that he just dropping on this. But in my opinion, Drake, like, he's a commercial rapper because, all right, I'm just gonna say this last thing and I'm done with Drake. I'm really not trying to pick on Drake because I really, if I was to name a top 5 all time, he may be in it. He may not be. He's not in it.
I'm finna say chill.
Yeah, he's not in it. He's not in my top 5 all time, but he
top 10.
Oh, definitely top 10.
Yeah,
top 10. He's not top 5 though. He's not top 5.
Hell no.
But like Drake, me and my girl talked about it. To me, Drake kind of does. He took what Lil Wayne did back in like 2009, 10, 11, and like one up him by 1,000 by hopping on anybody's single that's destined to be hot. Like when he was hopping on features with everybody every up and coming young rapper that was like Lil Baby, like what's his name? Black Boy, what's his name?
Block Boy JB.
Yeah, when he hopped on that song. When he did a song, and Meek not up and coming, but that song Going Bad was Smoke. Going Bad. When he did that song with Migos, like he was just hopping on songs that was destined to be smoke just to get those ratings, just to get those charts. That's what I mean by like a commercial rapper. Like in my opinion, J. Cole is not a commercial rapper. Like that's
fair.
Yeah, that's what I mean by that. I'm not dishing Drake. I respect this game and I respect the way he going about it, but that's just my opinion on Drake. But just to finish off what we were saying, just to speak on this last thing, Eminem, I'm not sure. I know we got my line brother D. Sadly, it's an Eminem fan. I think that may be his favorite rapper.
Ludacris is favorite.
Oh yeah, Ludacris. Even worse. Oh my god.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
That man needs intervention.
He's strange, son.
Yeah, he
is
different.
a strange
He's
individual.
Different. He's different. So yeah, Ludacris is his favorite rapper, but Eminem is one of his favorite. And Eminem is rumored to be coming out with a song. So look out for that. Coming out with a song with Rihanna, Miss Riri. So that's something we can look out for. I remember they did a song a while back, like 2010, 2011. I forget.
Love the Way You Lie?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Yeah, that song was pretty
that was a good song. It was a banger.
That was a good song. So that's something to look out for. And lastly, something to look out for. Kanye promised us an album. It didn't come out Friday like he said it was coming out.
It's coming soon.
But he promised us an album.
It's coming soon, son.
Coming next year.
Yeah.
It's not gonna come next year, bro.
You remember Yandi?
Yeah.
No, hey, that was his last slip up though. Because after that, he released
the gospel album right after that.
But his though.
Yeah.
Not the Sunday service choir. Like his, I forgot what it was called though.
But yeah.
But anyway, he released it. He pushed it back a couple of times, but it did end up coming out like soon after the original release date.
So
it was not that soon. It was months.
I'm gonna debate you after this.
Well, we're gonna see. So Kanye promised us an album, y'all. Like I said, I know I disown Kanye. Shout out to Ye. Like Will said in the last episode, we wishing him the best. We hope he heals. We hope he finds his way. We hope he has people in his life that are not just yes men, that are people that let him know when he's doing wrong. And we just wish him the best. So yeah, I know he said he has an album coming out called Donnie. We waiting on it. If it comes out next month, we will do a review on it. Like I said, sometimes it takes me like a month, 2 months, 3 months maybe to actually take like on certain albums. No lie, Chance the Rapper coloring book. Mm-hmm. It took me like 2 months before I said, "Oh yeah, this is cold. Like this is a classic."
I respect it though.
So yeah. So sometimes it takes me a while to like get into an album, but sometimes it's instant. But me personally, I'm never go call somebody an album trash in a day. Like, come on, dog. A day, how you know it's trash? You doing that for Twitter. Come on, be honest. You're doing that for Twitter.
Whole nother conversation.
So yeah. Yay. And since we're sending praise out to people, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. I know we never really touched on it. We're not really gonna touch on it now, but we just want to wish her blessings to whatever she's going through, and hopefully she's healed from wherever she's going through. And we all praying for her. And I'm not saying like she's dying or something, because she went on NBA. She went on IG Live and NBA. She went on IG Live today. And she's kind of spoke on what she's been going through. Not what she's been going through, but her mental state at this time. And it looked like she's kind of hurting. So she's not dying or anything, but she kind of like she realizing the industry that she in. And sometimes it can be cutthroat. So yeah, shout out to her. We wish her the best. But Willoughby.
What it do?
Willoughby. What was it? What was it?
Webster. Webster Will.
Listen.
Not my name.
So yeah. So like at the end of every episode, we talk about a lot, and we like to kind of wrap it up as far as what you learned today. Like in life, you learn lessons. In relationships, you learn lessons. In conversations, you learn lessons. So when you listen to the I'm Gonna Let You Finish podcast, I hope you learned the lesson. And we want to drop to you what we learned today. So Willoughby, Brother Will, can you tell us what you learned today?
Well, I think I just learned different ways that we do compare ourselves. Some of the ways that y'all, has said, I didn't really know. And I just, like I said, I think that, you should never compare yourself to anyone. And also the thing about success that I really didn't think about, what you were talking with Matt, somebody could have literally worked their whole life, and their like picture of hard work could be like identical. And, one person just finds success because of luck or whatever happens, and they consider one person a failure and the other, a complete success. But the same journey, nothing's different. So yeah, I definitely think when it comes to comparing our lives and success and different things like that, we need to kind of look at it objectively rather than just kind of looking at it as, losers and winners, and because there's a lot of gray space in between. So yes, don't compare yourself to anybody. Remember that in this world, you're not racing against anybody else but yourself.
I like that.
I like that. What you learned today, Jordy?
Short and simple, honestly. Whatever it is that you want to do, pursue it. Get on it. Research it. Find out what you need to find out.
Do that shit.
I'm done. Son. I'm done.
Wow.
I'm done. That was crazy. Okay, look. Follow your dreams, though, bro. Don't quit. Stay up on it. Actually, read that poem. Don't quit. But stay up on your dreams, man. That's really it.
Facts. And that boy, y'all boy dropped some jewels today.
On everything.
Shout out to the jewels. Okay, y'all boy dropped some jewels.
Jewel Club.
Yeah.
What'd you learn, son?
I kind of wrote something down to say. So practice not comparing your path to others. Focusing on your own path, being thankful for the opportunities you have to shape and create your life. There's so much beauty in that, and it gets drowned instantly the mental second you start comparing your life to others. So that just adds on to the point what Willoughby said and what Jordan said, comparing your life to others. What I learned today is don't be scared to follow your dreams. Like I said, I was nervous about putting out my own kind of content, and here I am now, about to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes in. And I kind of was nervous about doing that at first, and we be getting love so far, and I appreciate everybody that's been showing us love. So yeah, it's been crazy, and so whatever it is that you want to do, put that out there, put that content out there. Somebody's gonna find it. I just seen on Twitter today, honestly, a guy was like, he made a beat, put it on. I don't know if it's true. I'm not fact checking. I know I'm a journalist and I should fact check. I'm just going based on what he said in his tweet. He said he made a beat, put it on YouTube, and he said it only had like 41 views. He said a record label hit him up about that beat and wanted to buy it from him. He's like a major record label. So like I said, it may not be true, but they just let me know that people should just put your content out there, even if you're not getting views, even if you're not getting liked, even if you're not getting love. If you're doing what you love and you putting that content out there, the right people go find you. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the day, y'all. We got a lot in today. Dog. It's like these episodes are getting longer and longer, and it's like I'm loving every minute of it. Like,
true, I'm enjoying it.
I'm definitely enjoying it. So, yeah, we just want to thank everyone for listening, tuning in, and taking your time out your day to listen to our podcast. It really has been enjoyable to put out content for people to respond to, like just to put out stuff for people to speak on and share and like and mention on Twitter. Like, it's really all love
on everything.
It's really all love.
All love, kid.
It's all love on everything. So we just want to continue putting out content for people to enjoy, to listen, to share, and all that. And so if you have a social media, Twitter, IG, YouTube, IG is I'ma Let You Finish Podcast. I'ma Let You Finish Podcast. Make sure you follow us on IG, share our content, share our Twitter posts, all that. And if you want to go on Twitter, it's ILYF Podcast. So that's our Twitter, that's our IG. And lastly, if you don't have any of those podcast platforms to listen to our podcast, like Apple Podcast, Spotify, if you don't have any of those podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, or anything, you can always listen on YouTube. Our YouTube is I'ma Let You Finish Podcast. If you need to find that link, it's in, I think, all our bios. Pretty much, it's in all our bios. If you follow any of us on social media, and it's on our social media bios, you can click that link in the bio, and you can find a link to our YouTube. So it's so many ways to listen, and we just appreciate y'all listening, and we want to give as much content to y'all as possible, and we hope y'all continue to show us love as we continue to show y'all love for showing us love, because like Jordan said, it's all love.
Mm-hmm. All that.
What Jamal Adams said the other day, you can talk down if you want to, but you know what? I'm gonna show love. Cause you know why? It's all love, and I love you. And that's gonna be it for today. For me, always, good night, goodbye, and see you tomorrow. Showtime out.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Coming from Jordy, I'ma see you later.
And if I ever fall in love again, I will be sure that the lady is a friend.
Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
Gotta be friends first.
Ow.